Welcome back, friends, subscribers and fellow city builders. My name's Chris, this is City Skylines, and this is my city, the Isle of Flexum. So today we are looking at expanding my residential areas. And for this, I decided I needed to, put a new junction in on my roundabout, and to do that I obviously needed to move or sink or make a tunnel from the railway, which is heading over towards the cargo transport or the cargo train hub. So this did take me a little bit of time to work out how to do it. I was playing around, I used the kind of anarchy mod, and I needed to make something into a tunnel and move stuff up and down and then use some upgrades and various different bits and bobs, but I do get there eventually. While we're watching me, try to do what I'm trying to do, I'd just like to say I've been watching somebody, I think I mentioned them before, it's the City Planner Play City Skylines or something along those lines, and I've watched a few of his videos and they've been very interesting. Although I have tried to do much of this generally beforehand, I am now trying slightly more than I was before to really follow the hierarchical road layout. So from the highway you can go down to the artery roads and then to the collectors, as he calls them, then to the local roads. Now, as you can see, I did finally get the tunnel in, found how to do it, got it under the ground, and now it allows me to join my new large residential area with the main route in. Anyway, I'll go back to the City Planner Play City Skylines. It is really worth watching. I will put a link, hopefully just up at the top right hand corner, to his channel. It is incredibly interesting. I do find a lot what he says useful, to be perfectly honest, because at the end of the day I am an amateur. I do this for fun. I'm no expert, as you can probably tell. So the main thing I'm trying to achieve in this particular area of my island of Flexum is I'm using metros and trams. Now the trams really are noisy, and I want them just to work during the day, and then during the evenings they are removed, they go to bed, buddy boys, and the buses take over. The reason for this is I'm trying to reduce the noise pollution that occurs when you're running trams. And I don't think if you're in a residential area you really want trams trundling along all of the time. So here I'm going to, as you can see, I'm putting I guess you call them the collector roads, as City Planner would say. And I'm making those the roads which have got the trams in, or do I have to upgrade those? I'm doing this video commentary post and I can't honestly remember. But anyway, we've got the big roads in at the moment. So using the asset that I picked up as well, which is the one which allows you to have like a tram interchange. You can have 2 tram stations on both sides, which is fantastic because it means trams can come along and pull up in parallel. So you can have a total of 4 trams parked up, which is excellent. Does cause a bit of a traffic jam, but hey ho. So I'm also putting the smaller, I guess, again, the City Planner would say, the small local roads in. This is really just to carry the trams around to the peripheral of the city, so I can create some loops, quite straightforward and easy to get people from one location to another, thereby hopefully reducing some of the overall traffic. Again, not saying that I watch much of his stuff, but the City Planner did put some interesting stuff about zoning up. So One of the other things I wanted to try here was using the zoning features that you can do. So what I found really interesting was, you can do things like low residential areas, and in those low residential areas you can obviously make them high tech or self-sustaining or self-sufficient or something along those lines. Also, you can use the high residential areas and you can put no high rises up as a policy. You may well see me do this shortly. Again, you can do the same for the commercial, high density commercial stuff. You can say no high rises, although as you will see, it doesn't do that. I think if you're using the entertainment zone, they will just, or is it tourism, they will just do high rises, which I didn't want, and I do later on change that and change the zoning on there so that they are no longer whatever and they go to something else. So I'm just literally plumbing in the trams. Now I have a problem just there, as you saw. I can't turn the tram around, so I do try to fix that shortly by putting a one-way tram line at the end into a kind of roundabout, so the trams can come down and around and back on themselves. Now, for some really peculiar reason, this doesn't work. I'm not 100% sure why this doesn't work, apart from my circle is a little bit not symmetrical. Anyway, it doesn't work. I abort it, and I also get rid of the tram stops because it just doesn't work. And this is like, well, who cares? Move on. Let's just ignore my mistake. Thank you very much. Again, it's well worth getting the kind of auto recoloring mod as well, because it does make a big difference that when you finish drawing the tram route or bus route or train route and the game is playing, it does change those colors automatically, which is mega useful. As you can see, I've got no idea why that won't work. It's one way, single line should do the job. Doesn't do it. I spend a far arse amount of time trying to get around to sort that out, and it really just ends up off. And I just don't get why it has to do that. It's really annoying. So instead I decided to make this another area where we can have, I'm going to try the medium height residential, so zone it up with high residential areas and effectively ban high rise. So here, as you can see, I am doing a lot of zoning. So I decided to put a little bit of commercial really by the railway because it's going to be noisy. You really wouldn't want it anywhere else. So I want to make this the high density commercial stuff and zone it applicably for one style of, tourism, or was it tourism? Was it tourism? I can't remember. Anyway, as you can see, I am using the principle of trying to change zoning them up in different ways by using the policies available to you in City Skylines. So it took me a little bit of time to find it, but I want to do high-tech housing that's already using high-tech housing and the environmental sustainable version of it. Again, this one is going to have a few other features in it, so high tech and no high rise, and that will be zoned up using the high residentials. And here's another area that I wanted to do the VIP, so no high rises, high tech and VIP. A lot of this was really to see how this would all get built up, what it would look like when you're using some of these zoning features. And shortly we will get, yes, you just got to hang on for a little bit longer, a time lapse of this new residential area growing. Of course, the other thing you have to make sure you do is put in those services. Very, very important. If you want the Sims to upgrade their properties, you need services, education. So elementary, as they call it, or primary as it is in the UK, and then some high school or middle tier college and university stuff, making sure you've got parks and medical centres. Is it covered by, police and fire services? Very important. And one thing we do tend to forget about is healthcare. No, I did say doctors, but death care. How do we get rid of all the dead bodies that seem to spring up in City Skylines quite a lot? Anyway, let's watch it grow in this rather exciting time lapse.
You and I, we never show emotions, we just keep it down inside. Yeah, you and I, both longing for expression for the things we like, but we stay quiet. Hold me now, tell me things, tell me all about how you feel. Just let yourself go. Say it loud, wake the world on the other side, make it real. Just let yourself go, just let go. Ooh, just let go. Oh yeah, just let go.
So thanks very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Again, it's only 14 and a bit minutes long, so thanks so much for getting to the end. Thank you. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you're emailed from YouTube every time that I post new and exciting videos. Maybe. Anyway, thanks very much. Hope to see you again soon at another videography thingy-bobby that I do. So thanks very much, and I'll see you again soon. Goodbye for now. Bye.